Within every student, a story can be told in moments that bring both pain and glory. These are their lives, their voices, their student stories.
Welcome to the Wabash River, home of one of John Lucas's greatest passion, where rain or shine, he practices 6 days a week. But more on that later. The story we're about to share with you isn't a straight one. It's one that moves forwards, backwards, and all across John's life. But the first question we wanted answered was, why Purdue?
I chose Purdue because it really represented a new opportunity of me to, challenge myself, go out of my comfort zone. I'm from the West Coast, and Purdue represented an opportunity where I could challenge myself, but also learn new things. I wanted to get involved with engineering, and then also at the same time business, and the real personality of we want to work hard and be successful. That really spoke to me when I visited. I had great interactions with different faculty and just people around the campus when I visited, and I really kind of fell in love with the culture of Purdue. And the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to be a Boilermaker.
John Lucas came for an opportunity to push his boundaries in an atmosphere that encourages the persistent pursuit of greatness. But what kept him here? Because it definitely wasn't the weather.
In my freshman year, I wasn't that involved my first semester, and I really wanted to make a change. So I first started getting involved with EPICS, which is Engineering Projects and Community Service, and it's an organization that's ran through my major and for the School of Engineering that really challenges different teams of different engineers and of different students with different disciplines to solve a problem for a community partner, or just go out in the community and make something of value for other people. And I really like the idea of working with different people and helping different people in the community accomplish something. And then I moved on to working in ASME, American Society of Mechanical Engineers. And this is a club that's really focused on different project teams, but also different opportunities within the sphere of mechanical engineering. I'm not a ME or not in the School of Mechanical Engineers. I still found a place for me. Eventually I was on the exec team because I wanted a little bit more responsibility. I wanted a little bit more of a challenge, I have since moved on from the club, but when I was part of that club, it was a great experience. The Griswold Student Internship is really putting different students of different disciplines onto project teams and helping out different businesses or organizations around Purdue and in the ecosystem of Purdue, and it really challenges students to come up with solutions. You can learn a lot in a class, but working with a real business is very valuable.
And in the spirit of taking giant leaps, John even found himself pursuing entrepreneurship.
Sophomore year, my friend and I we would come up with different business ideas during class. We would sit in the back, and one day he turned to me, he's like, enough of this, let's try to do something. And I was like, you're right, we're at Purdue, we can. And so we started building an idea. We did iteration, we did a bunch of different steps, and eventually working towards a first product. And it kind of really challenged myself to say, oh, I have a bunch of ideas, but actually let me make something of them. And we went about for a couple years pursuing that idea, and now he's moved on to different ideas, and so have I.
John's entrepreneurial journey here at Purdue didn't last that long, but there was one thing that made a real lasting impact on his college career.
We're at the Purdue Crew boathouse here. I joined Purdue Crew my sophomore year. I had the feeling I wanted to be involved with something. I wanted to meet new people, be challenged, and Purdue Crew kind of all met all of that, but that's not really the reason why I stayed. I kind of fell in love with the team, the work ethic of everyone, and just all the different pieces of history that Crew has here at Purdue. And from there, I moved on to the varsity squad. It was a new challenge being at a different level, really pushing myself to be in shape, setting goals for myself and trying to reach them. And then after my first year on varsity, I decided to run for a leadership position here on the team. And I did that because, Purdue Crew really changed my college experience. It really transformed it, and I wanted to have an opportunity to help others have the same experience as me, and also just challenge myself with a leadership position.
John spent a great chunk of his time on the Purdue Crew team. So what do you think his favorite memory was?
One of my favorite memories here at Purdue actually was macros. It's a regatta at the end of the year. It's a final race. And it was at the end of the week of a really hard academic week of exams and different projects, and I was tired, and it wasn't totally certain if I was going to be in that regatta in that race, but I was put in a lineup near the end, and after a long hard week, I thought I didn't have it in me to race, but I jumped in a boat, and my boat ended up beating Michigan and winning, and it was a great experience. It was a great finish to a hard week.
Even for a guy like John Lucas, staying motivated can be a challenge. So we asked him how he stays motivated day in and day out.
Just the self-belief that I know I can accomplish what I set myself for myself. There might be obstacles that are daunting at first, but if you keep at it, if you look for different resources, if you reach out to different people, you can definitely accomplish anything. Care, be smart, really give it your all at all times. You will be fine, and you'll reach all the different goals that you want. The idea of I can do it really does mean a lot in terms of motivating myself.
Now, you might be wondering, where does John want to go in the future? Well, let's go find out.
I'm looking for a place where I'm learning, but also creating value for other people, doing things. Eventually, I would like to have my own company. That's always been a dream of mine, and I think innovation is very patriotic. I think it's very challenging, and it's something that I think a lot of people, if they can, should take a shot for.
Maybe John's entrepreneurial journey isn't quite over yet, but time will tell. Finally, we wanted to ask John what advice he has for us.
You're the driver of your own life. It's on you to really take hold of what you're doing. Try new things, new experiences and such, but really ultimately get yourself out there, try new things, and work as hard as you can.
So Purdue. Why Purdue? This is why I chose Purdue, actually. You can't really buy this anywhere else in the world. It's unique.
Take it from the students around you. Care about what you do, find your personal balance, and enjoy it every step of the way. Thanks for joining me in telling the first ever student stories. And I'll see you all next time when you're all one step closer to creating your own.